Well, the Tennessee Titans went and drafted Cam Ward with the first pick in the NFL draft this past year. A pick I would say the entire NFL was excited to see coming. Now, I don't know why he's got a -4 morale boost currently. That's not great. You know, they have struggled at quarterback. Last year, Will Levis didn't really play his best ball, had flashes of really bad football, with some good in there too. They brought in a pile of other receivers. You got DK here, who I want to bump up. I actually want to bump him over Van Jefferson, and Amanor, I want to bump over Van Jefferson as well. We want those rookies in there. We want them to develop. This is an older receiving core, an older team. Tajay, who I believe is actually on IR, but you know, updated rosters, not something that. Yeah, Madden doesn't have the current rosters. They're not up to date. Now, the rest of the offense. The offensive line isn't terrible. Peter Skoronski hasn't really developed the way they'd like. Lloyd Cushenberry's all right. Kevin Zeitler, really good. J.C. Latham, developing nice. You got Dan Moore. Now, they have Okonkwo, and they brought in Gunnar Helm, who actually I think looked really good. We're going to bump him up. I want him to get play time. We want him to develop more than Wiley. And it's really the offense. Defensively, they, again, got some older players, but do have some good players. Arden Key has, I think, been a little bit better than a 75 overall. Been a really good run defender. Not necessarily, pass rusher. They brought in some guys. Aladejo looks good. Jeffrey Simmons is obviously awesome. L'Jarius Sneed is decent. I guess, I don't know why Roger McCreary is all the way down here. He needs to be corner 2. Maybe he's hurt. You got Amani Hooker. You got Xavier Woods. You got Quandre Diggs. You've got a lot of people. I just don't know. We still got a lot of work to do. That's the main thing. Still a lot of work to do for this Tennessee team. Why is DK, his eyes are almost closed. There's still a lot, just a pile of work to do. And I'm going to put Restrepo because I think he can develop. I think he's kind of one of those, he's one of those receivers you really, really are going to have to watch. I think he's going to stick out. He's already got a relationship with Cam Ward, which is really, it matters in the quarterback world. And Miami, he got open, and I think he can do the same thing here in the pros. So we're going to put him there, see what happens. We're going to throw Aladejo up there at that rush left end. Try to see if we can develop him. He's excited. Look at that smile. He is ready to get to work. And at the midseason of year 1, we're at 3-4. Kind of right where we want to be. We don't really, we really want good draft picks. With having to sign some players, we are obviously going to keep Roger McCreary. He's only 25 years old. So we do want to keep him around. Amani Hooker, another player, 27. But I think on a 3-year deal, I think he's worth keeping. Chigo, I don't know what we're going to do with him. He's only 25, but he's not a super high overall, and his interest is mid, so I don't want to overpay him. I'd really just like Gunnar Helm to develop. Draymond, too old. Arden Key's too old to re-sign. The rest of these guys are just way too old to re-sign. So I think we'll let a lot of these guys go. Kevin Zeitler, if we can get him on a 1 year, that would definitely be worth doing. Actually, no, it wouldn't, because we're going to overpay him. We can find somebody in the draft or free agency and not spend that money. And I really think everybody else, we just let go. I hate to say it, but I don't know that it's worth paying anybody. Chigo will have to see. What kind of deal does he want? He doesn't really want to be here. We're looking at a 3-year, $18 million. I don't know. That's not a lot. But again, if Gunnar Helm can develop, we really don't need him. Stats-wise, Cam Ward has been horrific. 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Rushing, Tony Pollard hasn't been good. Receiving, not looking great. Blocking numbers are probably terrible. Yeah, Dan Moore, not really doing great. Oh, and look, a 91 overall right guard with 6 sacks. It makes perfect sense. Cody Barton leading the way in tackles. Jeffrey Simmons in TFLs. And Arden Key in sacks, surprisingly. 2 picks for Cody Barton, 2 for Roger McCreary, 1 for Brian Asamoah, and 1 for Amani Hooker. So I'm not really upset with how stuff's going. Maybe we change some stuff up. We have our focus scouting set to wide receiver, and I'm really contemplating maybe even trying to trade some people. I just don't know. Like Gunnar Helm, I think we want to make him the starter. We don't even know Cam Ward's depth trait yet. We don't have long, but I think it's star. I don't think Madden was very high on these quarterbacks coming in. Defensively, we had a couple. Aladejo, we don't know his yet, but I'm going to jump on a limb and say it's star dev as well. He's still in that spot, but he's not getting any production. I'm going to go ahead and bump him over Draymond Jones because is he a left edge? Yeah, he's a left edge. I'm going to bump him over him. We want him to get some playing time, develop as much as he possibly can. Draymond Jones isn't going to be here next year, so we don't really need him. We need to develop these rookies. And we're looking at 8-9. Surprising. Not the worst team in the division. Maybe got ourselves out of one of those top 5 picks. Cam Ward definitely could have had a better year, but he's a rookie. We're going to go off and hopefully develop. Tony Pollard, not a great year, but not terrible. 57 a game, 11 touchdowns. That's decent. Receiving, Calvin Ridley, 800. Xavier Restrepo actually didn't do terrible, but again, wasn't great. Yeah, we're just not going to pay Chigo because Gunnar Helm had a half a season and put up the same stats. Blocking-wise, looks like Dan Moore was terrible. Defensively, James Williams led the way in tackles. Jeffrey Simmons in TFLs. Simmons in sacks. Aladejo in 9.5, though. Maybe he can find himself in the Rookie of the Year conversation. And then Cody Barton with 5 picks. 4 for Amani Hooker, 3 for McCreary, 2 for Snead, 1 for Gray, 1 for Asamoah, and 1 for Xavier Woods. So not terrible on the defensive side, stats-wise. Our offense was atrocious. Maybe we look for a new coordinator. Cam Ward, star dev. Gunnar Helm, star dev as well. I think we knew those two, though. I was pretty positive of it. Aladejo, star dev. We still have Winston down here that needs to get a start. Maybe we shouldn't have brought back Amani Hooker. Barton, maybe a dev trade after the year he had. But Aladejo, I have faith in. He's, a -3 morale boost currently and a 74 overall. So it's a true 77, a little bit better. Maybe a Rookie of the Year, and we could be cooking. And for the first time in a while, we have a Philadelphia and Kansas City Super Bowl. I haven't really seen a repeat Super Bowl. Real quick, want y'all to let me know down in the comments, what's the weirdest Super Bowl you've seen in Madden 26? I think in my last rebuild, year 1, I saw Philadelphia against the Tennessee Titans. One of the reasons I chose to rebuild them, I thought maybe we'd have something to build off of. This year in the sim, not so much. Now, Joe Burrow wins his award. Coach of the Year goes to Aaron Glenn. Haven't seen that one a lot. Offensive Player of the Year, we are not on the list. Defensive Player of the Year, I highly doubt it. Offensive Rookie, Cam Ward's at 3. He had a terrible year. For him to be at 3, even Restrepo's at 6. Gunnar Helm at 8. Not good years. Aladejo comes in second for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I was really hoping for him to win that and maybe get a dev trait. Best quarterback, not going to be on that list. Best running back. Pollard's at 8. Probably because of the touchdowns. Nobody for best receiver. Best offensive lineman, no. Best defensive lineman. I thought maybe Jeffrey Simmons could have snuck on there. Best linebacker. Cody Barton at 7. I figured he would have been higher with the interceptions. And best defensive back. Amani Hooker at 10. Best kicker. Joey Sly at 5. So we actually did have some, people in races almost win awards, fighting. As we don't get any dev traits on offense. I kind of saw that coming. It's not a big deal. Defensively, Jeffrey Simmons goes up to Superstar X Factor. Amani Hooker goes up to Superstar Dev. Those are 2 huge dev traits. I guess now I'm happy we signed Amani Hooker. Going up in dev is actually pretty big. I'm surprised Cody Barton didn't. Again, 5 interceptions. 3rd in the league in interceptions, which is, I don't know, that doesn't seem crazy with 5. And Jeffrey Simmons growing, maybe, how old is Jeffrey Simmons? 28. I don't know. Maybe we look to offload him. Maybe we try to move away and pick up a younger talent to fill his shoes. And the Philadelphia Eagles win back-to-back Super Bowls. Saquon getting the Super Bowl MVP this time. All right, so as far as re-signing goes, we're not going to pick up Skoronski's 5th year. I feel like we can replace him in the draft with guards are pretty much a dime a dozen. They're easy to find, and so we can replace him, I think. Chigo, same thing, 26 now, not developing. We got Gunnar Helm we're going to try to develop, and everybody else is just old and aging, so we're going to go to the free agency, try to take our $125 million and sign some playmakers. Well, I think we could have a great free agency class. Now, George Pickens, apparently Dallas couldn't pay even after not paying Micah, so he is here. We're going to go after him. Very talented young receiver with incredible potential. Khalil Mack, just a 1-year rental at that right edge spot because I don't think we're going to be able to fill it, but I'm also not sure. Drew Tranquil, just a veteran linebacker that is on a 1 to 2 year rental, and then a kicker and a punter. Let's see who we get. I'm really hoping we get everybody. We miss out. We get everybody but George Pickens. We miss out on the receiver. Let's see, where did he go? He went to the San Francisco 49ers. That's a tough one for us. I really, really wish we could have got him. But all these people are going to make this team better, and we still have $60 million. We have more than $60 million in cap because that was with the George Pickens offer. So we're still going to have a pile of money in cap. We're going to get to the draft. I think we can make some big moves here and maybe even some trades depending on how the draft board looks. Well, we are here in the draft. We have pick 14, so we're a lot further down than I thought. All right, well, we are trading a first-round pick, Tony Pollard. We're doing a first-round pick swap anyway, going from 14 to 11 with Tony Pollard to gain a third-round pick. Now, probably could have gotten more, but that still seems a little unrealistic. I'm just hoping we get here and the tight end's not gone. There were some other players that I had thought about going after, but they just and now Adonis Bowe, I'm hoping makes it into the second round. And if he does, he is going to be somebody we pick up. But Daryl Boston's got to be the pick here. He looks incredible. He's a top 5 talent at tight end, ranked at number 5 and hidden dev. The starting tight end right away, and he is going to be an upgrade. And we have got to get all the weapons we possibly can. All right, we're still going to take a running back. Jaden Tomlinson actually looks really good. 4.42 speed, 4.39 at the College Pro Day. Great strength, great excel, decent agility and all that, but he's a power back. I think he's going to be the perfect replacement. Hopefully, and he's normal dev. He looks so much like a hidden dev player. There's a round 2 to 3 guy here, and DeMarco Johnson, who looks pretty good. Great speed, great excel, great agility, great change of direction. Ranked at 56. Hidden dev, only 22 years old. Going to be a nice weapon for Cam Ward. And then at our pick 78, there's a right guard here he's potentially undrafted. We could wait, but he's a 2 to 3 talent. So we're just going to go ahead and take him here. A lot of elites, a lot of greats. This guy looks like he could be a superstar dev. Ranked at 78, got him at 78, and hidden dev. All right, another tackle. Guy doesn't look too terrible. Looks pretty good. Eli Lynch. See what he looks like. 192, normal dev, but he's going to be a backup guy. Maybe he can develop. In the tight end, Daryl Boston's 80 overall. What a great pick. The rest of our picks weren't terrible. 370 plus overall players after that. Went on a little bit of a whiff streak there. And then another 70 at cornerback. I'm very confident in this. By me, I think it's a great draft. You got an 80 overall tight end. That's awesome. All right. Well, we made it through the preseason. I battled through the training camps. But the team looks good. We have a new right guard, a new tight end, another receiver that I'm going to go ahead and bump over DK. I just have higher hopes. He's now a tad bit younger, got that hidden development, which until the dev trait is revealed, I believe they grow, all hidden devs grow at the same speed. So hopefully he can get a nice little bump there. Defensively, dude, I had to restart the pass rusher training camp like 18 times. Aladejo just was not getting it done. He was getting bodied. Looks like Drew Tranquil is, for whatever reason, way down the list here, which I guess he's starting elsewhere. So maybe we bump him down one. Added Khalil Mack to that right edge until we can get a replacement. Amani Hooker, Xavier Woods went up in dev. I feel really good about this. I think this team is in a good spot. Defensive tackle 3 isn't really our best spot, but defensive tackle number 3, we got Jeffrey Simmons, Tavondre Sweat, Khalil Mack, and Aladejo off the edge. Got 2 decent corners. We're just going to get into the start of year 2, and hopefully we develop. We don't necessarily need to win right away, but hopefully we can develop. And we're 3-4, a similar spot to last year. Number 2 in the division now. We're closer to the playoff race than we were. I think that's something that's really good. We got some players to re-sign, starting with Tajay. I believe we throw him a 3-year deal. It's not a huge contract. He stays around. Maybe we can develop him. Peter Skoronski, I just think we let go. He's not at 80. He's 25 already. A lot of these guys, I think we're going to let go. Khalil Mack, maybe at the end of the year if the draft class isn't looking right. But, yeah, those guys can all go. We got $94 million we can take to the free agency. Johnson, star dev, but developing. So we got... Maybe we do change it. And Boston is a superstar X factor. What a pick. What a pick. We made the right decision trading up. Tony Pollard, I don't think would have done much better than what Tajay's doing. I don't know that because I haven't looked at his stats, but a superstar X factor is the best pick every day of the week. Defensively, I don't even think we had any dev traits to look at, so, we'll just have to check stats. I think all of our dev traits were on offense, and the rookie right guard is also star. Cam Ward's playing much better this year. 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Tajay's kind of on pace with what Tony Pollard did at the midseason, so no complaints. DeMarco Johnson leading the way in receiving. 532, 5 touchdowns. Would love for him to finish this out and get a Rookie of the Year. Blocking numbers look way better than they did last year. Defensively, Drew Tranquil leading the way in tackles, Khalil Mack in TFLs, and Jeffrey Simmons in sacks. Khalil Mack at 8.5. Aladeo's sack numbers have fallen off, but I still think he'll be around that 8 or 9 mark. And only 3 interceptions, so those have definitely taken a drop on last year, but I can't really remember what they were at the midseason. I think we just keep going. And what do you know? 11-6. I stopped at week 13. We were 5-6. We went on an incredible. It had to be an incredible win streak. Let's take a look. I simulated. At the midseason, we were 3-4? Yeah, 3-4. Then we go 3-5. 3-6 and win out. What an incredible year. This is insane. Cam Ward, 3,900 yards, 34 touchdowns, 11 interceptions is awesome. Tajay, that's the same thing. Jaden Tomlinson got stole the touchdowns from him, but Cam Ward had almost 40 touchdowns. Tajay, yards-wise, average yards per game, very on pace for what Tony Pollard did for us. DeMarco Johnson, 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. That is absolutely a Rookie of the Year. Calvin Ridley did better. Darrell Boston, 715 and 9 touchdowns is actually really good out of a tight end. This team took off out of nowhere. Dan Moore led the way in sacks, but still only 10 isn't bad. I've seen, up at the 20s. Drew Tranquil leading the way in tackles. Khalil Mack in TFLs, and look at those sack numbers. 16 for Jeffrey Simmons, 14.5 for Khalil Mack, and 12.5 for Aladejo, who I would like to see, maybe go up to that superstar dev with that double-digit sacks. And then our interceptions, Drew Tranquil with 4, Cody Barton with 2, 2 for Jarvis Brownlee Jr., 2 for McCrary, 1 for Snead, 1 for Hooker. What a year, dude. What a year. See how the teams play. Everybody's got, Cam Ward up to an 85, Johnson up to an 87, Boston up to a 94 overall, the rookie guard up to an 80 so far. Everybody is playing just out of their mind. Defensively, Aladeo up to an 86, Simmons up to a 99, Khalil Mack up to an 86. This is insane. We are on a run. We have got to take on Kansas City. So all we have to do is jump in here. And, we're the underdog, but I feel confident in us. We're playing hot right now. We're on a win streak. We have home field advantage on Kansas City. Now it is Kansas City. On paper, they are the better team, but we're hot. So I don't know why I'm jumping to the next play. We are going to jump to the end of the game. Kansas City scores fast, but we're moving. We are moving. It is 7-6. Can we tie it? We do 13-13, 20-13, 27-13. We're gonna do some offensive drives. We're gonna come out and run it here. We're just gonna run it. We're gonna run it. And Tajay's going to have a big game, but he's going to put the ball on the ground and Kansas City's going to recover it. Yeah, that's probably going to be the end of the game because they're going to score. And, it went downhill for us really fast. That fumble probably did the game in. You hope Tajay could hold on to that and not fumble it, but use the computer hit stick rate. Patrick Mahomes threw for 5 touchdowns. Cam Ward didn't have a terrible game. The pick you'd hate to see, but Tajay really, that fumble killed us. The fumble killed us. Receiving, DeMarco Johnson, 124, 2 touchdowns. The Chiefs, for some reason, have Devon Bailey. But, they spread the ball around. We just pretty much hit DeMarco. That was all we did. Defensively, I don't think... Jeffrey Simmons and Khalil Mack with 2 sacks apiece. Aladejo with the sack. Their sacks were a little bit more spread out, and they had the pick from the rookie. That's definitely not how you want the season to end. You'd like to ride the hot hand, but we're okay with it. More draft capital, or better draft capital, a better pick, and, maybe some more players actually want to come join the team, and maybe some dev trades. And the Baltimore Ravens and Minnesota Vikings are in the Super Bowl. Nobody for MVP. Coach of the Year, I would have to assume we come in second. We were right there. Offensive Player of the Year, DeMarco Johnson at 8. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack at 8. Offensive Rookie goes to DeMarco Johnson. Darryl Boston at the 2. Tomlinson was even down here at 6. So 3 great rookies. Defensive Rookie, we didn't really draft anybody there. Best Quarterback, Cam Ward at 6. Best Running Back, we're not on the list. Best Wide Receiver, DeMarco Johnson at 5. Best Offensive Lineman, nobody there. Best Defensive Lineman, Khalil Mack makes the list at 8. No Jeffrey Simmons. Best Linebacker, Cody Barton at 6. Okay. Best Defensive Back, Brownlee at 7. That's an interesting one. And best kicker, not on the list. That's okay. I'm assuming with that, we got some dev traits. And DeMarco Johnson and Cam Ward both go up to superstar dev. Those are 2 huge dev traits. Huge dev traits for the rebuild. DeMarco Johnson is wide receiver 1 automatically going into next year. Defensively, Khalil Mack goes up to superstar dev. Aladejo doesn't get the dev trait. Hooker loses his, but Brownlee goes up to star dev. So, not super upsetting. Maybe we try to see if we can sign Khalil Mack again. Maybe. I don't really know. First, we got to see who wins the Super Bowl. And it looks like the Baltimore Ravens with Jair Alexander winning that Super Bowl MVP. Not one we've seen. I've yet to see that. So that's cool. Skoronski's gone. Xavier Woods is gone. All these guys are gone. We're just... Actually, you know what? Skoronski... What kind of deal is this? It's not terrible. Maybe we throw a 3. He's going to stay. We'll leave that alone. J.C. Latham will accept his 5th year. We got 113 mil. Khalil Mack did leave, so maybe we try to find his replacement in the free agency if we can. If not, it's going to be 100% draft, but we've got the money, so maybe we can find somebody. And these are our targets in the free agency this year. Trenton Simpson, a will linebacker that is young, superstar dev, going to be great for our defense. A kicker. We're just going to cut our other one. This guy's 25 and 82 overall. We're going to give him a shot. Lucas Van Ness as that right edge, just because I don't really think we're going to be able to replace him in the draft. Now, if we do have the opportunity to, maybe we take that pick if the right guy's there, but I think our pick's going to be too far back to really get one of those top-of-the-line edge rushers. I think we'd be better off just signing Lucas Van Ness. Keanu Benton, just a backup defensive tackle. He's young. He can be here when Jeffrey Simmons leaves. And Marcus Mariota, a backup quarterback. Let's see who we get. Is it going to go through? And we get everybody. So, 10 out of 10 free agency there. We're building a championship team. We're going to be contending next year for sure. All right, well, we're at the draft. We have picked 23, and I have very little idea of what we're going to do. It's very much just best player available. I just don't know which one I should target first. Free safety, we got a guy, and I don't know that I'm going to go after either one of them, really, because there's also a receiver here in Matt King that looks like he could take Calvin Ridley's place perfectly. This guy looks so good. I got to take him. He's a round 1 talent. Matt King, ranked at 17, and he's normal dev. That part you don't like as much, especially when the safeties are there. And that should do it. We give up a lot. We get the 2nd pick in this draft, and that's going to be a safety. Looks like a really good safety. Round 1 to 2 talent. Going to be a good player for us. Ranked at 29. Normal dev. These normal devs are killing us. But we have another round of 2. T. Leonard. Round 1 to 2. Another great player. Says we need defensive tackle. We don't. Ranked at 23. This guy's a hidden dev. We get our first hidden dev of the draft, so that's cool. And now we don't have another pick till round 4. All right, going to take a corner here with elite jumping, great agility. Not great speed, but he's got B-man coverage. So we're going to give him a shot, see what he does. Ranked at 111. Hidden dev. I'm okay with that. All right, this guy looks really good, and maybe a guy we can move to tackle. Some elites, a lot of greats, good strength. Antonio Dobson. What are you going to be? Ranked at 64. And hidden dev, another good offensive lineman that we might be able to move around. We got one more pick. I am going to check and see if that left tackle's still there. All right, Corey Brackett. Looks pretty good, like a great athlete. First vertical jump, first broad jump, first 3-cone drill. Looks really good. We're going to draft him. Left tackle. It's late. He wasn't, not great, but a hidden dev. And I've picked guys like that before, and they've been superstar devs, so we're gonna stick with it. And I think we had another great draft. Matt King, him being normal dev really does suck, because 76 overall, 92, he looked the part. But he's still going to get playing time, and we're going to see maybe a rookie of the year. Khalil Parker looks really good. Another normal dev. T. Leonard looks really good, a hidden dev. All these guys are here to develop. Carl Florence, a hidden dev corner. Can't be upset about that. Antonio Dobson, a hidden dev guard. And Corey Brackett, a hidden dev left tackle in the 6th round, is actually really good. So we're ready to get these guys plugged in. Compete for year 3. I think we actually have a legitimate chance. We've made some big moves. And for year 3, this is what the team looks like. Obviously we added a rookie tackle that is, he's going to develop. We're going to see what his dev trade is. We're going to let him just slowly develop there on the bench. A rookie right guard that's going to develop as well. Maybe take over Lloyd Cushenberry's spot, or even maybe the left tackle spot. Just we'll have to see. The receiving core looks slightly better. We're going to see how King develops. I'd like to see him take over Calvin Ridley's spot, maybe we just go ahead and bump him up, let him do that, see if we can get another rookie of the year out of a wide receiver. Daryl Boston, phenomenal player already, superstar X Factor, 89 overall going into his second year. DeMarco Johnson looks great. Cam Ward developing nice. Defensively, we got some questions. We lost Khalil Mack. He retired in the offseason, so we weren't able to re-sign him. But we got Lucas Van Ness. Maybe he's not going to put up the same production, but, even 3/4 of the production would be phenomenal. Aladejo developing. Tranquil, Barton look good. We added Trent Simpson, who is our sub linebacker. T. Leonard looks like he's going to be the next great free safety. I didn't realize that we had lost Xavier Woods, I believe it was. But we did. So bringing in a free safety was a big deal. We got Parker down here, the rookie, developing. I don't know where our corner is. We're gonna bump him up. I want him getting reps. L'Jarius Sneed is obviously already started to regress, going down to a star dev and an 84. So getting that star dev player or the hidden dev player on the field is going to be big. I think we're in a good spot. I still think we can win games. We just got to get to it, see if we can win some of these games, and make another playoff run. Or not a playoff run, but a playoff appearance at least. And currently we're not on the right track. 2-4 is not where we want to be. Now we're not far out, but we're definitely not where we want to be. I don't know what the holdup is. Cam Ward still playing really good, 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks. It could be our rushing. Tajay doesn't look like he's doing great. Jane Tomlinson, of course, still stealing touchdowns from him. DeMarco Johnson leading the way in receiving. It doesn't look like Matt King's doing bad. Just no touchdowns. Blocking, Dan Moore leading the way. That's kind of what he's done. Trent Simpson in tackles. Jeffrey Simmons in TFLs, and Aladejo in sacks. Van Ness and Simmons, both with 2. One for Gray, one for Keanu Benton. A pick for Cedric Gray, and a pick for Amani Hooker. So not the defensive stats that we are used to seeing, really. Our national focus scouting, we are setting the edge. If we got to replace one of those guys soon, we will do it. Sacks matter in this game, so we're really gonna focus on that. Now, maybe I should have kept it on corner and kept the same scout I had to replace L'Jarius Sneed. I thought we were gonna get more progression. Don't know any dev traits on offense yet. Brackett and Dobson are both developing, so no complaints. Defensively, Leonard is only star dev. We don't know Florence's yet, but again, he is developing. The rest of the team looks okay. Nobody's growing, and nobody has a negative morale boost. We do have players to re-sign. Jeffrey Simmons. I want you for 2 more years. I want you for 2 more. I'll replace you after that. Tavondre Sweat is also going to be a player we keep, especially with Jeffrey Simmons leaving. Okay. L'Jarius Sneed, I think we let go. Jarvis Brownlee, I think we can keep. He doesn't really want to be here, but he's going to stay for that. So it's not a super heavy deal. Lloyd Cushenberry can go. James Williams can go. We got enough linebackers. Cody Barton can go. Maybe I keep James Williams. I mean, that's not a big deal. After that, I really think we just keep our money. Tranquil and Barton are going, so we do need to draft linebacker, or fix it in the free agency. And, either one's possible, as we'll sign Bradley Pinion. But everybody else is free to go. And as much as I thought it was going to be a great year, we only go 8-9. Finishing as the 10 seed, 3,700 yards, 30 touchdowns, 7 picks. Pretty good year out of Cam Ward. Tajay breaking 1,000 and 5 touchdowns. Touchdowns aren't there, but breaking 1,000 yards is actually pretty good, especially since Jane Tomlinson's stealing half of them. Receiving, DeMarco Johnson, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns, 862 and 5 for Matt King, not bad. Daryl Boston, 662 and 4. Blocking numbers, I'm going to assume Dan Moore, 15 sacks is terrible. Defensively, Trenton Simpson led the way in tackles. Jeffrey Simmons in TFLs. And Aladejo in sacks, breaking double digits for the second year. 9 for Jeffrey Simmons, 8 for Lucas Van Ness. Not terrible, but we'd hope for better. Trenton Simpson with 2 picks, one for a pile, or a couple others, not a pile, but a couple others. I am kind of upset that, that didn't go the way we wanted. We don't have any, we have depth traits we got to figure out on offense, but we're not there yet. They've got to keep developing. Cam Ward's playing up to a 92 overall. DeMarco Johnson up to a 90. Maybe they both get superstar X factors. Tajay Spear, I could see going up. Spears, I don't know why I couldn't say that. Matt King, I'd love a dev trait for, but I don't really see it. Defensively, we don't know Florence's dev trait yet. Really hoping for that dev trait. He's developing, so that is cool. We're not going to be, totally screwed at corner when we lose L'Jarius Sneed. So we just got to get to the offseason. Denver was the 1 seed. Kansas City was the 12 seed. Wow. That's actually kind of shocking. And the Philadelphia Eagles are back in the Super Bowl, this time against the Denver Broncos. We got some yearly awards. Of course, you got the Joe Burrow Award, Coach of the Year, Brian Schottenheimer. Ashton Jeanty, Offensive Player of the Year, 2 Bengals. Alan Lazard is on the Bengals and up for Offensive Player of the Year. That's something. Nobody for Offensive or Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie, Matt King comes in second. Was really hoping for an Offensive Rookie there. Defensive Rookie, T. Leonard at 9. I guess that's something. Best Quarterback, Cam Ward at 4. Best Running Back, Tajay makes the list at 8. Best Receiver goes to Alan Lazard. What a year. DeMarco Johnson at 6. Best Offensive Lineman, nobody there. Best Defensive Lineman, nobody there. Best Linebacker, do we have Drew Tranquil at 4? I like that. Best Defensive Back, nobody on the list. And Best Kicker, nobody there. Kind of a bummer of a year as we try to see if we got any dev traits. I'm really hoping, and nothing on the offensive side of the ball. I was really hoping for DeMarco Johnson to go up. Defensively, did we get it? Drew Tranquil goes up to Superstar Dev. I don't think we're going to keep him, so I'm not really going to worry about it either way. He's too old. He's not going to develop. We need a younger player in there, and let's see who wins this Super Bowl. And the Philadelphia Eagles win their third. Oh, no, never mind. I don't know why I thought they won 3 consecutive. I guess I forgot about the Minnesota-Baltimore one. All right, well, we are going to accept Cam Moore's 5th-year option. L'Jarius Sneed and everybody else that is aging is going to go. We've got to get younger. I mean, Restrepo, I wasn't able to develop like I wanted to, and Tranquil is Superstar Dev now, but he's 33. We're going to try to get younger. We have a pile of money. The free agency is going to be our friend. Now, I'm really stuck here because there are some good top-end players. Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't know that I want to sign. We've used him in a couple rebuilds now. He seems to always be here, but I'm just not sure that I want to keep him. Micah Parsons we just used, but again, an overpay for a 29-year-old. I get he's a 99 overall, but we'd have to overpay by a mile. I was thinking about Jack Campbell because overpaying your Mike linebacker isn't that bad, but it's still $25 million a year. So I don't think I'm going to do that either. I got a couple people on the list, just some smaller additions that I think are going to help this team a little bit. We're going to see if we get all 3 of them, and we do. And, it's just going to be draft time. I think we can draft some linebackers that are going to do us a little bit better. Our pass rush wasn't terrible last year, so I'm okay running with it again and, just drafting the best player available. I think we're in a position that's what we can do. And it's draft time. We have, where's our pick? Pick 14. Actually, a little bit better of a pick than I thought we had, to be honest with you. I think we're going to take a center here. Miguel Ortega. In the first round, center is wild, but losing Cushenberry, we didn't replace him. Ranked at 9. Hidden dev. All right, got a running back here in the 4th round. Joey Warner, ranked at 96. Normal dev, just going to be a backup, power back. I was taking a swing for a hidden dev guy. This draft has not been a particularly good one outside of the center, who I think is going to be really good. And looking at the draft recap, the center was awesome. Everybody after that was not good. We've kind of whiffed a lot of these picks. Not having that second round pick really threw me off because I forced a linebacker there when I should have gone with somebody different, and then everything fell apart. But hey, at least we got a center. And before we hop into year 4, taking a look at the team, we look pretty good on offense. Ortega is going to develop, and he's probably going to be great. We moved Dobson over to left tackle to take over for Dan Moore. He's same overall, younger, got a dev trait, so he should develop. And no other new additions to the offense. I think we brought in a running back, but we're kind of okay there. Very mid. Maybe we should have brought in Jahmyr Gibbs. Defensively, Trenton Simpson takes over as the Mike linebacker. Carley's is at the will. Edge rushers stay the same. Winston takes over for Amani Hooker, which is actually pretty cool. T. Leonard looks great. He's developing. One thing I didn't show at the end of last year because I didn't see it, the now second-year player, Florence, is superstar depth. And we're 3-3. It's not terrible. 500. We're at the 10 seed currently, but I think that's just because of, really everybody else. We're tied with Kansas City, who's at the 9. Tied with Pittsburgh, who's at 8. I think we can still sneak into the playoffs. Our offensive points per game is top 10, and our defensive rush yards is top 5. Everything else we're kind of struggling with, but I think we can make something out of this. We are going to set our focus. I don't know that we really need to set it to linebacker. Maybe we do it anyway. I think we keep it on edge. I think we're going to keep it on edge. And who do we have to re-sign? I know we have money, $78 million. Aladejo, I think we re-sign, give him a 3-year deal. Hopefully he can pull it together. J.C. Latham has actually been good and hasn't developed that well. Surprisingly, Kevin Winston, another person that I think we re-sign. Still have $38 million. Chimera DK's here. I don't know that we're going to keep him. I don't know that we'll keep Gunnar Helm. Same with Alec Ayumanor. I'm really not sure on the rest of these guys. I think we're just going to wait and see how the season goes and look at the end of that. Maybe we check stats now if anybody stands out. Cam Ward, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Our rushing numbers are really what's killing us, I think. Receiving, DeMarco Johnson leading the way, as he has done since he has been here. Matt King not far behind him, though. Blocking, what do those numbers look like? Dobson giving up the most sacks, but that's just a tackle thing. James Williams leading the way in tackles. Aladejo in TFLs, and Aladejo in sacks. Now, Van Ness has fallen off quite a bit, and so has everybody else, but Aladejo picked it up. And then our interceptions are a little low, but I still think we'll be all right. And we have been a run-stopping defense, so teams can run on us. Do we know any? About to forget to check dev traits. Ortega, the center, is only star dev. I think that's the only dev trait we had. Very, very positive that's the only dev trait we had. But everything looks good. Everybody's playing good. And we make it into the playoffs. 10-7, and I believe leading the division. So we are the 4 seed. We'll have home field advantage over. Look at the way these have shaken up. The divisions are like all your bad team, or all your what are now good teams and playoff teams. Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo, Houston, all out of the playoffs. But you have New England, Pittsburgh, the Chargers, and Tennessee in the playoffs. It's quite a switch up. Cam Ward, not a great year. I wish he was a little bit better. Rushing, Tajay, still under 1,000. Tomlinson, he steals touchdowns from him. Receiving, DeMarco Johnson, over 1,200 yards again, 11 touchdowns. Matt King with 1,006 is actually pretty good. Blocking, what do those numbers look like? Antonio Dobson, a sack a game. Not the worst we've seen out of a left tackle, but he definitely needs to improve there. Defensively, Trenton Simpson leading the way in tackles. Aladejo in TFLs and Aladejo in sacks with 13.5. Now, Van Ness fell off, but Aladejo, third consecutive year with double-digit sacks. And then just not a lot of picks. Now, the team should be playing pretty hot right now. Yeah, Ortega playing already up to an 85 overall. Really good. Marco King playing up to an 85. I mean, Tomlinson has got a 5 overall boost over Tajay. I'm almost thinking we just throw him in and let him eat. Defensively, Aladejo is playing up to an 87. He's got some good boost going on right now. I don't know why Florence and Brownlee are developing at the same speed. I think I'm going to pop Florence up since he's more of a scheme fit. Maybe he'll grow a little bit more, and we just hop on in against the Raiders. Well, we are here at Nissan Stadium in downtown Nashville, Tennessee, just across the river. If you've ever been, you know exactly where it is. It's kind of hard to miss. River Canal, whatever you want to call it. Tennessee tough on the stadium walls as we jump to the end of the game. Time to see if our offense can, or our team anyway, can take down this Las Vegas team. I think we lost to them in the regular season. I want to say it was a close one. They have a very high-powered offense as we are down. We got a 1-point lead. All right, I'm going to slow this one down a little bit. 8-point lead. They're not able to move the ball that well. 3rd and 9. What are we doing? 4th and inches. We're going to punt there. I want the QB sneak. All right, it's a 5-point game with 3 minutes left. We are running this clock out. 3rd and 10. What are we doing? Incomplete pass. They got a minute left. What can our defense do? That's going to be they are not in a good spot. 4th and 3, and that is game over. We take down Las Vegas. Yeah, made a little bit of mistakes, but Cam Ward had a pick, but 337 and 3 touchdowns is actually a really, really good game rushing-wise. Tomlinson was decent. Maybe he's our starting back from here on out. DeMarco Johnson led the way receiving with 3 touchdowns and 144 yards. Defensively, Trenton Simpson led the way in tackles. Jeffrey Simmons in sacks. Trenton Simpson had a sack. Nobody else really got anything. And then they had the interception with Darian Porter. And now we got to take on the 1 seed in the New England Patriots. This is going to be a tough one. They got a lockdown corner in Christian Gonzalez that really could be some trouble for DeMarco Johnson as we all pile into Gillette Stadium to see this divisional matchup. I think we saw this, was it 2018? Was that the year we saw this? Maybe that was the championship game. We're just going to advance to the end. They score first. We answer back with 7, though. 7-6, currently 14-13. That happened very quick. Got a little bit of a standstill right now. We're back on the board. They're just able to pull off these one-play touchdowns. 34-19, 37-26 now. That is the game. We took down the Patriots, the number 1 seed in the conference, not the division. We were able to get the win. And they scored some huge plays. Drake May, 364 yards, 3 touchdowns, but 2 picks. Cam Ward with 268 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Darrell Boston somehow threw a pass. I don't know. Tomlinson led the way in rushing with 61 yards. Cam Ward had a rushing touchdown, too. Chris Godwin had 233 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. Chimera DK with 3 touchdowns on 66 yards. It looks like DeMarco Johnson was held in check by Christian Gonzalez. Defensively, Aladejo leading the way in tackles and sacks for us, but Van Ness had 2 as well, so no complaints. They got Rashawn Gary. A pick for Jerome Baker, a pick for James Williams, and a pick for Roger McCreary. So a really good game. And in the AFC Championship, we have to take down the Pittsburgh Steelers. We had a weekly award winner. It was, Aladejo. They don't have a lot of X factors, but the Pittsburgh Steelers are always a tough team. I guess they had a seed over us. Maybe they beat us. I'm not sure. We are just going to jump to the end of the game, though. See if we can take down Pittsburgh the way we've been able to take down everybody else. And this is a grinder of a game. Only 2 points on the board through the first 3 quarters. We finally get 7. We have been able to stop their offense, though. I wanna see where we are. Okay, we are on offense now. What is going to happen here? I think we're just going to hand it off. Tajay's going to get a gain of 4. There's a timeout. They're already calling timeouts. Let's run it, TJ Watt. I think that's the best thing to do. Tomlinson, I guess now our feature back, as he is going to get the first down. Breaking tackles. Hasn't had a great game. This is a tough defensive line, and we're going to come out here for the kneel. This should be the end of the game. I mean, a low score in an AFC Championship, 7-2. That might be the oddest score I've ever seen in an NFC Championship game. 7-2. Just good enough. Not a lot going on the offensive side of the ball, and that ends it. We take the win in Pittsburgh. The oddest score I've ever seen in an AFC Championship game. Cam Ward, I mean, not a great game. Not a lot of passing yards. 184 and a touchdown. They have DJ Foster, who didn't do terrible, really. And nobody could really run the ball. They have Enrique McIver, who did a little bit better than we did, but they have a better D-line. Matt King with 111 receiving yards. Only Boston with the touchdown. It seems like this was a defensive matchup. Aladejo with 2 sacks. Simmons with 2 sacks. They had Derek Harmon with 2 and Highsmith with 2. Patrick Queen had 1. Van Ness had 1. Keanu Benton had a sack. It was just a slow defensive game, and we were able to get the win. And in the Super Bowl, we have to play the Minnesota Vikings. Now, I do know we beat the Minnesota Vikings earlier this year in the regular season, so I'm confident that we can beat them again here in the Super Bowl. We do have our yearly awards. Somebody not named Joe Burrow finally won the MVP. Coach of the Year, we're down there at 5. I mean, I'll take that. Offensive Player of the Year, we got nobody. Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons goes to the Browns. Aladejo's down there at 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we had a center, so defensive rookie not on the list either. Best quarterback, Cam Ward doesn't make the list. Best running back, nobody on the list. Best wide receiver, maybe? DeMarco Johnson down there at 9. Really, he had a good year. Ramon Taylor winning Offensive Player of the Year. And Ortega at 5 as a rookie. Best defensive lineman, Aladejo at 9. Best linebacker, Trenton Simpson down there at 10. Best defensive back, do we have anybody? No. And best kicker goes to Trevor Hilton. So we get a couple award wins there, and I believe that's going to result in a couple of dev traits. As Ramon Taylor does go up to Superstar Dev, nobody else on offense goes up. That is, I was really hoping for a Matt King dev trait, or a Cam Ward or DeMarco Johnson dev trait, but I guess not. Defensively, Aladejo goes up to Superstar Dev. T. Leonard goes up to Superstar Dev. Jeffrey Simmons goes down, though, so we do get a slight decrease. I wish Florence would develop a little bit there, but some big dev traits. And with that, we're just ready to hop in to this Super Bowl against the Minnesota Vikings. Feel very confident about this matchup. Definitely think we can win this Super Bowl and get on to year 5 and try to win another. And it's Super Bowl time. As we skip the presentation, in Tampa Bay. We get the ball first, and we are going to jump to the end of the game, per usual, as we can't do anything on offense to start, but we answer back. I'd like us to be able to stop the Vikings, as it doesn't look like... Okay, 17-10. We have a lead. 24-10 now. A 1-score game. Oh, we're on offense. That's awesome. We're gonna hit Boston. Tried the RPO. I thought maybe he had something there. They're able to call a timeout. They're coming on the blitz here. I think maybe we can hit. No, we just don't have the time. The linebacker played it perfectly. I don't know that we're going to be able to get home with Aladejo, but they're going to keep it in the middle of the field, and they've only got one timeout. They burn it there. They can throw in the middle of the field as much as they want to. That's not going to hurt my feelings at all. Okay, we knock it out. Which it probably wouldn't have hurt us to actually not do that. We probably could have let him catch that, and I don't know that he would have gotten... Oh, man, what did we just do? What did we let Jordan Addison do? Who was over there? And a interception. Another turnover. Trenton Simpson read it perfectly. He was going for TJ Hawkinson. What a play. They got no more timeouts, but we can't kneel it, so... I mean, we can... As a safety doesn't kill us here. It's not the best thing, but... It doesn't kill us as we can't get forward, but that runs the clock out. And that is a Super Bowl victory for the Tennessee Titans. What a play. Trenton Simpson, probably... I mean, really, you probably give that MVP to him. Because that last interception. I don't know who had... I think we had one before that. It was a fumble or an interception. It was a turnover. We'll find out here. He only threw one pick. So it had to have been a fumble, I guess. Darryl Boston has been getting passes. I don't know why, but he's getting them. Cam Ward, 294, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Nobody had a fumble, really. Rushing, anyway. Tyler Algier was pretty decent. Tomlinson, pretty good. Receiving, DeMarco Johnson with 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. He killed it. Justin Jefferson really didn't do much. Could have been a receiver, I guess. I know there was a turnover right there. Maybe it was turnover on downs. Not really sure. Braxton Parker led the way in tackles. Jeffrey Simmons with 2 picks. Or 2 picks. 2 sacks. He was the only one on the team with a sack. Trenton Simpson with the pick we saw, and then they had one with Ronald Dent. And there you have it. DeMarco Johnson, Super Bowl MVP. I mean, he was great. He had 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. An incredible wide receiver. And we are in a prime spot as we have $60 million in cap. We're going up into year 5. We don't really have that many players that we're interested in re-signing. Darryl Boston, we're going to accept his 5th year. I don't think we overpay Gunnar Helm. DK, maybe. Maybe we find somebody better in the free agency. Amani Hooker can go. Amanor can go. Like, most of these guys can walk, and we are still in a great spot because none of them are super big. So we got Marcus Mariota's Super Bowl trophy, or a Super Bowl ring. And these are going to be our targets in the free agency. Devontae Smith, because why bring back DK when you can have Devontae Smith? I know he's 30, but for a year 4 run, he still looks great. Nick Scorton, going to be that Lucas Van Ness replacement. I think he's better. He's younger. Going to bring him in. And Tommy Tremble, a backup tight end since we're losing Gunnar Helm. And, we lose out on Devontae Smith. Goes to the Raiders. I guess we are going to have to find another receiver. I think maybe we give him a little opportunity to be in Tennessee. Yeah, we'll give Tesla the opportunity. I'm really upset we missed out on Devontae Smith. We get Tesla, so that actually clears up some cap. All right, and we signed Jordan Mailata too. So actually, missing out on Devontae Smith wasn't the worst thing because we get a incredible left tackle, Nick Scorton, Isaac Tesla, a decent receiver that's young, and Tommy Tremble. I think we're better off this way. Now, we have no money after that, but not a big deal. We got one more year in this. All right, well, we are at the draft. Of course, we have pick 32, so we are just going to get to the end of it. Or not the end of it, but to the end of round 1 and to our pick. I think we're going to go Kenya Smiley. Just get another running back. It's kind of our weak point, really. Ranked at 22. Normal depth. How are all these running backs normal depth? They're round 1 talents. Give me a little bit of a break. I'm trying to replace a guy. All right, I think we're going to go with Jaleel Archer. Looks really good. Good speed. Looks like a solid athlete. Not decent, but hidden dev. So, that's a plus. All right, well, I got through the draft. I made some bad picks, but also two really good ones. Jaleel Archer's not necessarily bad. He's hidden dev. He's developable. But Kenya Smiley's, 75 overall. He looks really good, but he just doesn't have a dev trait. Robert Mahone is a hidden dev left guard, so that's pretty good. Monty Rivers, we don't know about, and then an edge rusher that we don't know about. But we didn't really need to hammer the draft. We just needed some backup guys. I think we have plenty of people in place. We're just ready to hop into year 5. And for year 5, this is the starting lineup. I think we're in a great spot. You got Archer down here who's developing, King, Tesla. The offensive line is great, especially with the addition of Jordan Mailata. Daryl Boston still looks great. Cam Ward looks great. The running back room is iffy. And defense is pretty good. You bring in Nick Scorton, who looks great. Apparently, the rookie the computer drafted is hidden dev, so that's cool. You got Aladejo still developing. T. Leonard looks great. The whole team looks really good. Our D line is still really good. Jeffrey Simmons is starting to regress, but with Tavondre Sweat and Keanu Benton, I still think we're in a good spot. The corner room is decent, nothing great, but not terrible. So we can just get on into year 5. I think we should win plenty of games this year. I say that when we're 3-4. Yeah, that's tough. 1,600 yards, 10 touchdowns, 2 picks, not terrible. It's got to be our running back, man. We're just not. It's got to be running back. Matt King leading the way receiving. DeMarco Johnson not far behind him. Probably will overtake him because he's DeMarco Johnson. Blocking. Not giving up a lot of sacks at all. Defensively, James Williams leading the way in tackles. Aladejo in TFLs and Jeffrey Simmons in sacks, but Nick Scorton and Aladejo are right there behind him. Lucas Van Ness even has 5. He's getting on the field, so we got a good rotation there. All right, well, I've got some trade offers for Antonio Dobson. Now, I don't really want to get rid of him. Long term, I probably wouldn't because I know Mailata doesn't have that long, but we're only 1 year left in the rebuild, and the Falcons are offering me Marshall Stallworth. I want to take a better look at him. 3 years in the league. I don't know that that's necessarily what I want. All right, well, we are sending Dobson in a second-round pick to the Eagles for this guy that they have sitting on their bench that's superstar dev. So if he's just going to be there and not used, we are going to go ahead and take him. We already traded this guy away, so it won't matter. He's the scheme fit. Now maybe we trade away Tajay, see what we can get for him. We don't need a whole lot. We'll take this Browns, get another linebacker, and leave that alone. I think that's perfectly fine. That's going to work excellent. All right, I'm good with that. We're going to see how that works. I think that running back can take us to the next level as we just get to the end of the year. And Aladejo now has Superstar X Factor. Oh, that is awesome. What a breakout. We have a receiver breakout, too. I didn't think it was going to be Aladejo, but man, that's awesome. Tesla is got a breakout, too, so we'll give him this. We'll see what happens. I don't have a lot of faith in it, but, if he gets an increased dev trait, we are going to be on top of the world. Well, we lost, so that's not a great sign, as I'm pretty sure Aladejo probably didn't do anything either. Yeah. Nothing. No tackles for a loss and no sacks. So it just makes complete and total sense. I am glad we were able to develop him, though. And for Isaac Tesla, yeah, tough game. And we missed the playoffs. We go 8-9. I don't know. I don't understand this game, man. Look at this team. And we're 8-9. We're an 88 overall. This team's insane, dude. We're 8-9. We might have to, I don't know who we have to re-sign, but we may have to run it back. Cam Ward had an incredible year rushing. He only had half a year, but that's pretty good for that half a year that he had. Receiving, DeMarco Johnson, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. Matt King, 1,051. Tesla, 814 and 6. Daryl Boston even had some. Jordan Mailata gave up 19. So he's a 91 overall. Terrible, dude. Trent Simpson leading the way in tackles. Nick Scorton in TFLs. Look at those sack numbers. 19.5 for Aladejo, 16 for Nick Scorton, 14 for Jeffrey Simmons, 8 for Van Ness still. More picks than what we've traditionally had. And we're just going to the Super Bowl now because we didn't make the playoffs. And the Steelers beat us the final week of the year and were able to squeak in. If we would have won that game, we could have been there, and we just lost. Joe Burrow, Super Bowl MVP, Coach of the Year, not going to be us. Offensive Player of the Year, DeMarco Johnson's at 7. Cam Ward was at 10. Defensive Player of the Year, Aladejo at 5. Nick Scorton at 7. Offensive Rookie, no. Defensive Rookie, no. Best Quarterback, Cam Ward at 6. Best Running Back, not on the list. Best Wide Receiver, DeMarco Johnson at 5. It's a little low. Best Offensive Lineman, Roman Taylor at 8. Best Defensive Lineman, Aladejo at 5. Nick Scorton at 7. Best Linebacker, Trenton Simpson at 7. Best Defensive Back, Max Melton at 6. I actually like that. Best Kicker, Hilton at 10. So no big awards. What dev traits do we have? Did we get any on offense? Does not look like it. Everybody stays the same. Defensively, Jeffrey Simmons goes back up, but other than that, everybody stays the same. And the Carolina Panthers win the Super Bowl with Bryce Young. We've gotten ours already, but dude, I think we run year 6 back. Let's see who we have to re-sign, but I think we run year 6 back. Well, we have to. I mean, we've got a decent amount of people to re-sign. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. Actually, I don't know it's going to be super tough. We're going to keep Cam Ward. We've got to keep DeMarco Johnson, man. I don't think free agency is the best. Roman Taylor. That's a lot for a guard. Yeah, DeMarco Johnson's getting franchised. And that is all of our money. I don't think we are going to have... We're still not losing a pile of people. I think we can easily... We got 18 mil. All right, well, we're just going to keep our 18 mil. I'm not even going to go after anybody. We're honestly still pretty good. We can replace everybody in the draft. All right, we're at the draft. We have pick 16. So I actually feel good about being able to get one of those top defensive tackles that we need. All right, we're actually going to go Mike linebacker here, I think. Just the defensive tackle that he's round 2 to 3 talent. I don't really trust it. We're going to get one of the later guys. So Chase Cruz, he's here, and he's normal dev too. I have had terrible luck with some normal dev guys. All right, Benji Rogers, a defensive tackle, looks pretty good, and hidden dev. Okay, so we got somebody. We've got, all right, Ricardo Richards, backup quarterback, doesn't look great, doesn't have to be great. Just has got to be a backup quarterback. That's exactly what he is. Keep that one simple. Probably didn't have to draft from there, to be honest. It was on my mind, just like I need a kicker as well. All right, corner. Looks pretty good. Got B-Man, C-Zone. Ranked at 86. Normal dev. We are not doing... The last 2 drafts have been kind of bad. All right, a kicker with... I mean, he looks good. He's got a kick accuracy. He's ranked at 12. So he's going to be a good enough kicker for us. And then our last pick, if that receiver's still there, I'm taking him. And looking at the draft recap, I mean, not as bad as I thought it was, really. The quarterback was bad. The D tackles, I mean, the Mike linebacker, D tackle, none of those were as bad. I am upset we lost out on the D tackle I really wanted, but it is what it is. And I'm just now seeing this, but Archer is Superstar X Factor. So we drafted a Superstar X Factor. We've got great receivers. I honestly want to get him on the field. Like, a Superstar X Factor receiver is going to be great. And Tesla as well. I mean, Matt King plays good, but he's just not really that guy. Like, he never got a dev trait, anything like that. We got Studebaker. We got some players. The rookie's going to be the new Mike linebacker. We still got Williams. The corners look good. Safety's good. Pass rushers are great. Why is Trenton Simpson not going to be there? And why is Florence? Florence hasn't developed, even though He's got a really good depth trait. The 3 and 4 again is just... I don't know what we're doing. We got a defensive lineman breakout. Hopefully it's for one of the defensive tackles. Brian Callahan, way to step up and play well. You looked good last week. Is it Jonathan Studebaker? Okay, hopefully... Not what I wanted. This game is Nick Scorton. How many weekly awards do we have? Just Nick Scorton. I just want to get through this quick because it's year 6. Archer's developing nice. Okay, I like that. I just don't know why we're not winning games, man. Everybody's developing nice. We don't know Rodgers' dev trait yet, but again, he's developing. Oh, it's a good thing we drafted a kicker and punter because I guess we did need them. Specialist, let's see. What do we... I mean, yeah, everybody's developing. I just don't understand. Cam Ward looks like he's on top of the world. A lot of interceptions, but it's okay. Kyle Terrell not doing great, but I switched to the Bengals playbook, offensive playbook, and that's why these guys are getting tons of receiving yards. Not going to run it a lot, though. Mailata giving up the most sacks is the best defensive or offensive lineman. Trenton Simpson in tackles. Benji Rogers in TFLs. Nick Scorton in sacks. Aladejo falling off. What is with the fall off? Like, he's almost a 90 overall pass rusher and still really young. I just don't get it. Don't get it. But we're going to go to the end of the year and hopefully make the playoffs this year. And we had a quarterback breakout. Cam Ward goes up to Superstar X Factor, which is awesome. We got some more weekly awards. Was it Cam Ward? It was. Trucking along. 5 and 4 now. We've got to keep it up. But Cam Ward going to X Factor is a huge one. He's actually got an upgrade slot. So we're going to throw that in that field general archetype. Kind of boost that a little bit. 2 to awareness. I think we can win. Do we know the D? Rodgers is just star. So, you know what? It's not terrible. Our defense is probably our weak point. Our offense should be killing it, and it looks like it is. Jeffrey Simmons leaving really hurt us. We're just 10 and 7. We squeak into the wild card as I believe. Oh no, we actually took the division. We were the 4 seed. Okay, I didn't think we were going to take the division over the Colts, but our offense is out of this world. Our defense is terrible, and I don't know why. They just fell off. Cam Ward 5,000 yards, 47 touchdowns, 16 picks is a lot, but he's getting better. Kyle Terrell, 603. Again, the Cincinnati playbook, you don't run a lot. DeMarco Johnson, 1,600 yards, 24 touchdowns. That's insane. Jaleel Archer with 12-18 and 6. Tesla with 9-18. I mean, tons of receiving numbers. Blocking, Jordan Mailata with 20. Jordan Mailata has given up. He gave up 17 sacks last year, 24 this year. It's insane. He's a 91 overall. Trent Simpson leading the way in tackles. Not a lot. Aladejo in TFLs and Aladejo in sacks with 21. 19.5 for Nick Scorton. 6 for some others. Really, really good year, actually. And not a lot of interceptions. Look at Archer. Playing up to an 86 overall already. That's awesome. We got 2 great receivers. Boston, I mean... We're on top of the world right now, defensively. On top of the world. 290 plus overall edge rushers is really good. I thought Roger McCreary was CB1. Max Melton has actually passed him up. So that's, you know, we're doing great. We're doing great. We just got to beat the Chiefs. Hopefully this is not the hardest game of the year. Gonna jump to the end of the game. What else is there to do? We are on the board first. I think we can outscore this team. 21-7 currently in the third quarter. 14 to okay. Our offense is rolling, but our defense is letting a lot happen too. Can we win? Oh, that was a close one. I should have slowed it down. I meant to. Doesn't matter. We get the win. Let's see what Cam Ward did. 383 touchdowns and a pick. Rushing was average. Receiving, Jaleel Archer 118. Isaac Tesla 148 and a touchdown. DeMarco Johnson had 2 touchdowns, but didn't really kill it. Defensively, Kevin Winston Jr. leading the way in tackles. Jonathan Studebaker in TFLs. And Aladejo, Devondre Sweat, Nick Scorton, all with sacks. Max Melton and Leo Chenal with the interceptions. Doesn't matter. We take down Kansas City. We are moving on to the divisional. Now it's the Denver Broncos. It's the same thing. Let's come out here. We have them in overall across the board. We are the Titans, the mighty, mighty Titans. We are a mile high though, which I guess they won their division and beat us out as we just jumped to the end of the game. Ooh, on the board first with a turnover, 13-0. Our offense is kind of slowing down. We're supposed to be this super unstoppable offense. And, I mean, granted, it is 20-7 right now. 23-7. Our defense has looked really good in this playoff run. Getting a lot of stops, holding Denver to just 7 points as we win the divisional and head to the AFC Championship. Cam Ward, 245, 3 touchdowns. Bo Nix didn't really have a great game. Rushing wasn't terrible. Just, again, we don't run the ball a lot. Receiving, Tesla led the way, I believe. Archer with a touchdown. Boston had 2 touchdowns, so I guess that is something too. Defensively, Nick Scorton with 2 sacks. Aladejo and Studebaker with 1, and T. Leonard with the interception. And we have the Cincinnati Bengals, 15-2. They are a tough team. This AFC Championship might be a tough one. I think this is the furthest I've seen them make it so far. I don't think they've even made it to the Super Bowl in this rebuild. Well, our defense has showed up big the last 2 games. Let's hope they can today against this powerhouse of an offense in the Cincinnati Bengals. And with 15-2, they have really built their team, excellently with, all their cap wrapped up in offense. We are on the board first, though, and then they answer back off a turnover. Can we keep it going? 13-7. Our defense is looking good. 13-14. All right, don't start giving stuff up. Let's take it slow here. We are in a tie game, 21-21. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. They're gonna get it. They're just when they have to pass the ball. 4th and 13. Okay, 3-point game. See if we can hop in and score. Now, they got a lot of superstars on that defensive line. We have superstars on our offensive line, so Terrell breaking ankles on a huge run to the 32. I wish I had a little bit more speed because we would have been able to house that. But it's probably better that we take more time off the clock. Try to score with under a minute left. That was... how do I not have momentum there? How do I not fall forward the slightest bit? 2nd and 6. Now they're coming down. I think they're prepping for the run here, but if we can just get a first down, which we are going to do, we're going to keep this clock moving and keep running it. I know this is very unlike a Cincinnati playbook, but we're going to run it, and they're just... Tesla, you got to get there. You got to put hands on somebody. Let's try the inside zone again. I'm not really a big fan of this look. And Smiley is not going to get but a gain of 2. All right, 3rd and 6. We got 2 downs to work with here. Tesla, get the first down. Keep the clock moving. All right, we got Terrell back in. Gonna give him a handoff here. And that's a touchdown. Maybe we scored too early, but we get on the board. That's a touchdown. We take the lead here in the 4th. 1:28 left. All right, they need a touchdown. I'm going to assume they're going to throw the ball because they're the Cincinnati Bengals. They do that a lot. And they're going to run a read option with Joe Burrow. That makes complete and total sense. Now we got a pass coming. What was that? How do you not... I don't like that I constantly have a pass rusher in zone coverage. All right, tackle him, Winston. There we go. Keep him in bounds. Keep the clock churning. Oh, and it's almost a pick, but it's dropped. He threw it right to him, man. All right, tackle him. Okay, just throw it up to Jamar and outrun the whole defense. I don't have people back there or anything. 42 seconds left. We've got to keep him out of the end zone. I'm fine with that. They were able to get that. We got to keep over the middle clear. And he's going to catch it. I don't know what else to do on defense. We just can't stop him. We should have had this by... I mean, Joe Burrow essentially threw 2 picks. Should have been. One, for whatever reason, was a defensive lineman. Oh, look at the return. I thought we had the space and we were about to house it. I'm not running. Maybe I am running the ball. They're in prevent. I'm going to run this. All right, they're not here. They are off the line, so I probably could get a decent... We're just going to hit Archer. We've got to be able to get out of bounds, too. Now, they are playing back. Archer, get out of bounds. There we go. What are we... Why is it run the ball? We got one more timeout, so... And we're going to burn it. All right, we got... we're going to tie the game here. That's a tie game. We're going into OT. All right, let's see. We're going to let the sim defense get scored on immediately. And we're going to have to come out on offense and try to do something. I cannot believe they gave that up so easily. It was 3 plays. All right, there you go, Daryl Boston. I have not seen... I guess we're out our big-time receiver as Tesla is wide open here. It's a huge play. Duck out. Oh, my God. We're just getting... All right. There you go, King. That's a touchdown. All right, let's see if we can get a stop. Let's see if we can get a stop. What do they got on? There we go. Tackle him behind the line. That's a loss of 2. There we go. We'll do it this way. I can't tackle the dude. Laporta is just that shifty. It looks like Aladejo is out too. They're already in field goal range. Dude. There we go. 3rd and 11. They're going to throw the ball now. We know a pass is coming. I don't really want to bring a blitz, but we know a pass is coming. Don't let him come down with it. There we go. We get the stop. Jamar Chase somehow made it up in between all that and got his hands on it. Still, but this is our opportunity to win the game. What an AFC championship. There you go, King. 22-yard line. I mean, that's better than a touchback a little bit. All right, let's come out here and see if we can throw the ball. Oh, and we're going to miss Trimble. I've led it too much to the inside there. 2nd and 10. We can't make a mistake here. We cannot make a mistake here. Run the ball. Try to get a little bit of a gain as that guy's just going to push straight through our offensive lineman. They're bringing a blitz. 3rd and 9. And we're getting... Who is that? I mean, our offensive line, Jordan Mailata, is getting toasted. Tesla, get the first down. Conversion on 4th and 20. What a brave call in enemy territory. Why in simulation we don't run this much, and then we get in here to play the game, and it's like, yeah, just run the ball. There you go, Tesla. Nice little gain. Huge plays today. He's been killer. Him and King have been outrageous. There you go, Terrell. Outrun him. Get the edge. Nice gain. Going back to this play. That is such a bad animation. Why is that an overthrow? I'm leading it down. It's not a high ball. 2nd and 10. There you go, Brown. Darryl Brown. Throw it up to your X Factor. Let him make the play. Kick the game-winning field goal. Kick is up. That is good. And we win the AFC Championship. We're headed to another Super Bowl. What a game, dude. That was so intense. We probably hopped in more than we had to. Probably more than we should have. And we have the Panthers in the Super Bowl. Let's take a look at the yearly awards. Cam Ward at 3rd for MVP. Coach of the Year, we're at 2nd. Again, we constantly. DeMarco Johnson, though, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Aladejo at 3. Offensive Rookie, not on that list. Defensive Rookie, Benji Rodgers at 2. That would have been nice to have. Best Quarterback, Cam Ward at 4. Best Running Back, not on the list. Best Wide Receiver, DeMarco Johnson, obviously. Best Offensive Lineman, nobody. Best Defensive Lineman, Aladejo at 3. Nick Scorton at 5. Best linebacker, Williams at 6. Okay, that's not bad. Best defensive back, nobody. And best kicker, Clancy at 7. So a couple of appearances, maybe a couple of dev traits as we take a look at the team. DeMarco Johnson does go up to X Factor. So we have 2 X Factor receivers. The entire team looks great. I just couldn't be happier with it. Boston lost his dev trait. That is actually upsetting. But I mean, we couldn't re-sign him if we wanted to, so it's probably a good thing. Defensively, no dev traits. Oh, T. Leonard actually goes up to Superstar X Factor. So we do get a dev trait. Yeah, I'm happy. And I think Williams went up to Star Dev. So I'm happy with that. Team looks good. DeMarco Johnson ready for his Super Bowl as we just go ahead and hop in. Try to take down Carolina. We have such an overall advantage on them. Oh, 3 overall advantage. Where are we going to be at? Are we going to be in Minnesota? I think that's where the Super Bowl always ends up. No. Is this Indianapolis or is this Dallas? AT&T. So we are in Dallas as we jump to the end of the game. Hopefully our offense is as electric as always. And not really, but we have a tie game. Okay, we don't score there. 21-14, 21 to they tie it 24-24. Why are we dedicated to running the ball? All right, we should have this sneak. 4th and inches, we're coming in. There's only 6 minutes left. There we go. That's a first down. We're so dedicated to the run. I don't understand it because we never do that. As we are going to hit Archer, the Superstar X Factor. It's going to have room. Head out of bounds. Just not going to worry about running the ball. Throw that away. They got in there. Just seems a bit unrealistic sometimes that they cause so many fumbles. Tommy Tremble, the hit stick rate is insane. Not every every tackle from the CPU should not be a hit stick, and it is. You never get normally tackled. You get hit stick, just like right there. Hit stick. That shouldn't be. Gonna go back to the run. See, Shaq Thompson going for a hit stick there. Not even on the team anymore. No, that's Trevin Merrick. Never mind. 3rd and 2. They're bringing the blitz. We're going to get the first down and a touchdown. Terrell with the rushing touchdown, breaking tackles, crossing the goal line. All right, defense. We've gotten stops today. Let's let them march all the way down the field. All right, well, when we need a stop from our defense, look at how crowded they are on the line. I don't really like any of this. But we are going to hit DeMarco Johnson for a first down. Let's see here. I'm going to keep throwing the ball. I'd love Tesla to just... There you go, DeMarco. Down to the 20. Daryl Boston would just... He got destroyed on his route. I was really looking for him. Oh, that went way fast. 20 seconds just left the clock like it was nothing. Johnson. Huge play. This is our opportunity. Johnson, that's a touchdown. We take the lead in the Super Bowl. 21 seconds left on the clock. We've just got to get a stop on defense. I think just whatever offensive playbook you have completely changes your defensive playbook. Like, ooh, they don't have Bryce Young anymore. Who is this guy? Whiteside. And we're going to get the sack. Bring the blitz. Nick Scorton gets home. They have timeouts. I don't know why they didn't call one right away. I really didn't even like, after they snapped that ball, I was like, I do not like the fact that we are... There you go. T. Leonard with the pick. That's going to be game over. And a return opportunity. That's game over. Zeros on the clock. Tennessee wins a second Super Bowl in 6 years. 2 in 6 years is good. And DeMarco Johnson is your Super Bowl MVP. And that's going to do it, guys. This is the end of year 6. The team looks great. Jordan Mailata just retired. But we have bracket that should be serviceable. We can always replace 2 superstar X-Factor receivers. Isaac Tesla was great. A superstar dev running back. Cam Ward developed beautifully. The tight end will be losing, but not a big deal. Defensively, the defense isn't bad. Cruz, the rookie, up to an 80 right now. Aladejo developed perfectly. T. Leonard developed awesome. I mean, even Winston developed. Just development all around on this team. Brought in Nick Scorton, who was awesome. We've got pretty much 4 decent corner. I mean, 2 good corners, 3 good corners, and a decent 4th. This team's excellent. Team is excellent, and that's going to wrap it up. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, y'all have a good one.